Today marks 30 years since 7 people were killed in an F4 tornado that ripped through Tulsa and Catoosa. That's before storms were rated on an EF scale used today. I'm Shay Rossi.
And I'm Sarah Whaley. I was only 7 years old at the time, but I remember that day vividly. At the time, Catoosa only had a volunteer fire department, no sirens, and cell phones were basically non-existent.
Fox 23 heard from the city's current fire chief and from the chief who led him during the response on April 24th, 1993.
It was just it was a Saturday and nobody was here at the station.
And unfortunately, I was the chief that day.
It sounded like just like everybody says, sounded like a train coming through.
You knew the combinations that it wasn't right weather-wise.
It's just a distinct sound, just like a train, and it's just roaring. The house is shaking and everything's moving.
The house vibrated. I was watching things flying through the air that I couldn't believe. Trees were bending in shapes and forms that I'd never seen before.
It took out all of our communications and lost power to the dispatch center. It was really something that, I don't think anybody's prepared for that totally, but we definitely were not prepared for that.
You saw this mass of tornado and rain-wrapped tornado going through Catoosa, and you could see the damage to the nursing home, the high school, and it was devastation all around.
I just remember, we didn't know where to start.
I knew it was a lot bigger than what I could do.
It's something we hope never happens again, but we definitely are much more prepared for it now.
They stepped up their game, the city did, and we stepped up ours.
We didn't have a full-time staff of firefighters back then. Now we do. These sirens now will tell you, they'll email you and text message you when there's problems.
It was just a very lurking and just a haunting day.
And that was Catoosa Fire Chief Dinas Benton and former Fire Chief Walter Sonny. Now, a monument remains at the Quick Trip near I-44 and 161st near Catoosa. 30 years ago, it was Bruce's truck stop, which is where 6 of the 7 victims of this tornado were killed. Now, you were telling me that you were playing softball as a kid at the time.
Yes, I was 7 years old. I remember this vividly, but I can't remember exactly where we were. It was on the east side of town. I just remember it started hailing, and one of the coaches was like, "Girls, get your helmets on, and we're leaving." I remember being terrified after that. I think my dad was at the fire station. I'm not sure what happened, but it was a terrifying moment.
Well, and it's a good thing you had the helmets on because you saw in the video the hail that came down.
Yeah.
Wow.